everybody. Happy Monday.
Hi.
How are we?
How is everybody?
Do we have a bit of housekeeping this morning, Mock? Do you want to fill everybody in?
Tiny bit of housekeeping.
Little bit of housekeeping.
And it's housekeeping that is frankly TMI.
Housekeeping.
But today is going to be a bit of a short show because I think I have a UTI. So I'm struggling this morning, you guys. So I just need to not be sitting here.
Right.
So we're just going to get through this. And we're going to, yes, I have been in the sun. It's totally unrelated.
I told them, I was like, you should just tell everybody, just blame it on your knee. She's like, no one, we can't lie. Right. She's like, so I'm just going to tell everybody that I have a UTI. I'm just going to tell everybody because,
mean, I have no shame. I mean, it happens, right? And so it's happening. And I have one of those really cool online doctor visits. So I don't even have to leave the house. I do to have to get the prescription, but like to get the prescription ordered,
right?
I do not have to leave the house, which is really nice because you know when you have one. You know what I'm saying?
They're the worst, you guys.
Yeah. So I'm not
want to sit on the toilet, right? You just want to sit on the toilet like
that's all I want to do.
That's all you want to do. Yeah. So anyways, but we're here. We're here and we're
here. And I may need to take a break at some point. And
right.
Just know that that's why. But we're going to try to get through like all the main stuff. And all the main stuff, frankly, is still Charlie. I mean, it's all Charlie related, except for one headline, which I'll mention really quickly, which is that Kathy Hochul has finally decided to endorse Mamdani because, of course, she was going to. I don't think anybody is surprised by this. More people are surprised that it took her this long, but she did it. Whatever. He's going to win. New York is doomed. That's that.
They're totally doomed. Like, what are you doing?
Doomed. I know. It's ridiculous.
People learn nothing.
Nothing. I realized this morning, because I don't pay attention to celebrity culture much anymore, but the Emmys, I guess, were last night. I love that Nate Bargatze was the host because he's genuinely funny and I appreciate his humor. But it still wouldn't have gotten me to watch the show, even had I known that in advance. And the reason that I'm glad I didn't is because naturally it got political because this is what happens. And there's some actress who I've never even heard of. Her name is Hannah Einbinder.
Who is that? Does anybody?
I have no idea.
I'd never heard of her until like last night.
This morning. I was today years old, literally.
Right. Okay.
So I guess she won, and she decided to use the stage as her platform to say "F ICE" and free Palestine. Here is a quick little video from that moment.
Finally, I'll pay the difference. Sorry.
I don't even know what that is.
I just want to say, finally, go Birds, and free Palestine. Thank you.
I don't know what the money ticker is. I have no idea.
The crowd goes wild. Yeah, that was stunning and brave, wasn't it? Stunning and brave.
So brave.
She should go to Palestine. She should go there.
She should.
They never do. Yeah.
And then in other disappointing news, there was Javier Bardem, who decided to wear a big keffiyeh and also talk on the red carpet about the reason why. And it's just unbelievable to me at this point how Hollywood and just people in general are literally doing to the Jews what was done to them back in the day. You know what I mean? Like they're literally doing the same thing and they cannot see it. And they're doing it in the name of this fake genocide, which they insist is being perpetrated on Palestinians, which is an abject lie. But here's Javier.
Find out a company that you're going to go into business with is in business with Israel. What do?
I won't work. I cannot work with somebody that's justify or support the genocide. I can't.
Oh my God.
That's as simple as that. And we shouldn't be able to do that. In this industry and in any other industry. Today in Madrid, in Spain, the cycle, La Vuelta, the bicycle tour, it was stopped by thousands and thousands and thousands of people on the streets marching, saying we can't allow the team of Israel being in this tour, so it's whitewashed. No, the world has changed, and what we are witnessing is a genocide, as I said in your show, in 4K alive on a daily basis. This has to stop.
He never cared, like when Muslims are being attacked or killed in other Middle Eastern countries. But then when Israel defends itself from an actual attack, there are still hostages. You idiot.
Nobody mentioned that.
It's like all of a sudden he's like super interested in all these people are super interested in it. I swear to God, they are sheep. They are low IQ sheep is what they are. And he's like, oh, the scarf looks good with everything. It's black and white.
And then whatever bicycle race he was saying got stopped. I mean, this is insane. So, and the same thing is happening with Eurovision. There are already 3 different countries at a minimum who have said, we will not participate if Israel is allowed to participate. This is insanity. And it's gotten to the point where now the Eurovision organizers are telling Israel, you're going to have to either back out for a year just till everything calms down, or you're going to have to participate without your country's flag. I mean,
it's insane.
This is crazy.
Right. And listen, Muslims have said out loud that they're going to use weak liberals to advance their agenda. You can look it up if you don't believe me. It's out there. They've said it out loud. So congratulations on being used, you pansies.
Yeah, it's
Congrats.
working. I mean,
yeah,
they're just useless idiots. That's what they are.
Weak ass liberals.
Yes. And they probably do not even do smart things like eat all of their fruits and vegetables or take Field of Greens as a replacement.
Supplement. Yes, absolutely. Have you ever done one of those tests where you find out your biological age? Have you done that?
I'm not afraid to.
I'm pretty competitive because I want to be biologically younger. I compete with myself and I want to be biologically younger than what I actually am. And so I use Field of Greens to like life hack that. And then I can be like in my 40s instead of in my 50s. That's what I try to do. I'm really weird like that, you guys. Anyways, I am not going to stop eating processed food because I like it. I like Cheez-Its. I'm not going to stop eating Cheez-Its.
That's so weird. Ron was just craving Cheez-Its at the pool yesterday. That's so crazy that you would say that.
I'm not going to stop. Okay. I'm not going to stop eating carbs. I just don't get enough fruits and veggies. That is my thing. There's just not enough time in the day, you guys. All right. So Field of Greens is one of the things that I do every single day because I drink a lot here in Texas. I drink constantly. And that's one of the big drinks that I have with my awesome ice. I do that. And there was a major university study that found that you can slow aging simply by drinking Field of Greens. So that is a nice life hack. And you don't have to do any changes to your diet or exercise, except for you just drink this awesome stuff. And it tastes amazing. Because at first, when we got the sponsor, we were like, is it going to taste good? And it does. It tastes really good.
That would have been a knockout factor.
Would have been a deal breaker if it didn't taste good, but it tastes really amazing. So participants in that study experienced a 10% reduction in damage-related aging markers and a 12.8 increase in protective resilience building markers. That is data, you guys. It's data that I like. So Field of Greens is awesome. You guys can get Field of Greens if you go to fogchicks.com. Use promo code CHICKS and you can get 20% off. It's great stuff. Fogchicks.
And free shipping.
Free shipping. Fogchicks.com. Promo code CHICKS. How's your bladder, Mock? You doing okay?
I'm hanging in there, you guys. I'm hanging in there.
All right, here we go.
All right. So let's just talk about sort of the latest news updates. There was a lot of stuff that happened after our show on Friday, and that is that there was a big press conference with Spencer Cox, the governor of Utah, with Kash Patel, with like local law enforcement authorities. And they caught this Tyler Robinson kid, this 22-year-old who was not a student at the university, but who was clearly the perpetrator. I mean, they've got plenty of evidence. Kash Patel was on Fox and Friends this morning even saying, you know, the towel that the weapon was wrapped in that was found in the woods, along with some other DNA information at the university lined up with his. And so it's very clearly him. And now there are starting to be more stories around him, such as the fact that he lived with a guy who he has a romantic relationship with, who is becoming a chick or trying to, because they can't actually do that. But here's a Fox News report about that little tidbit.
A Fox News alert. FBI sources tell Fox News Digital that the man charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk was living with a transgender partner. Bureau officials confirmed that Tyler Robinson was in a romantic relationship with someone transitioning from male to female. They say that individual is fully cooperating with their investigation, claims to have had no idea of Robinson's plans, and is not currently accused of any criminal activity.
I have a hard time believing
I
that he
totally-
had no idea of the plans.
Totally don't believe it either, but to each their own. I'm so sick of the people all over, like the podcast of fear, if that's what you want to call it, and then just all over Twitter. People always want us to give our reaction immediately to like what the motive is, who this guy is. I'm just glad that we don't do that. I'm glad that we just, when it comes to this kind of stuff, you and I like to hang back and just wait and see what happens and kind of wait till the facts come out. Because there are a lot of people out there who are like, oh my God, it's this, it's that. You don't know.
There were people that were showing and naming a whole other person ahead of this kid being caught. There was like a whole other person being named, photographed, excerpts of social media coming out. Like people are just so anxious to be the one with the information.
Drives me insane.
It makes me crazy too. It absolutely makes me rage.
Like I won't name them, but there's those biatches on the left that like automatically were like, oh my God, it's MAGA. It's MAGA. Seriously? And like they use it in their titles. They get so many clicks that way. This is how they're making money. It drives me insane. It's so unethical and gross. And it's like, can you take a beat and wait? And I hate that. And I know so many people want to get out there and they want to give their opinions and just wait. Just wait a second.
Well, and so many people they've already made up their minds. This was a MAGA kid because his family was MAGA. And so they're completely dismissing the fact that in the presser on Friday and again this morning, there is a whole bunch of evidence from the family that this kid was into leftist ideology, particularly over the last couple of years. He became completely radicalized. And so when you see the other side photoshopping a t-shirt, when he was wearing just a plain maroon t-shirt, when they're having to Photoshop it into a Trump shirt in order to make themselves, I don't know, feel better, in order to lie to the larger population. Why do you think that is? Because I guess maybe they do have a tiny bit of shame and they know it's their side. I don't know. I don't know what the rationale is because these are crazy people.
So they're lying. So they're lying.
Completely lying.
Right. So they're lying. They're having to Photoshop and lie and make up a narrative that's not there. And so so his family is MAGA and that automatically makes him MAGA. Since when? Since when is that the case?
We've got a lot of people in our audience who have people that are members of their own family who do not align politically with them. No. So it's not like every family member is going to follow the same ideology.
Exactly.
And certainly if this kid is like in a relationship with a trans person, I have a feeling that they have some ideology that aligns with trans activism. You know what I mean?
Right. Or he was going down that path and he was starting to resent his family probably. For all of the things that they stood for, whether it be politically or religious, religious based. I'm sure that there was some stuff there.
He's not cooperating, which is the other big thing. Now, the trans roommate is cooperating, which is interesting. And Governor Cox spoke about that a little bit over the weekend. Here he is on that.
You told the Wall Street Journal that it is, quote, very clear to us and to the investigators that this was a person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Can you elaborate on that and be more specific?
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. Again, there's so much more that we're learning and so much more that we will learn. There will be official charges will be filed on Tuesday, and there will be much more evidence and information available then.
And that is going to be interesting tomorrow because apparently we're going to hear, it's going to be the first arraignment or whatever. This is the first time we're going to hear like all of the things. So I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed and walking stuff back that they said over the weekend. Well, or they'll just lie.
Yeah. Meantime, they've made a crap ton of money off of their bullshit lies.
Yeah,
I mean, these people are despicable. It's just
I
gross.
know.
Take a beat. Wait a second. Wait for the facts to come out, and then let's talk about it. Get so sick of those people, man.
I know you and I talked about this a little bit on Friday, like in real time, and it'll piss people off, but I gotta be honest on our own show that I'm getting tired, frankly, of Kash Patel talking about how great of a job the FBI is doing. So like everything he said on Friday and everything he said on Fox News, he filled in some gaps, yes, but it is constantly talking about how great of a job he and his whole team are doing. And it's too much. Like, I get offering a thanks to the team, but it is nonstop. Here's how awesome we are. Here's like what we've done. Here's the resources that we deployed. I just want to know what you've learned. You know what I mean? I'm getting over it. I'm getting over him.
Because at the end of the day, that's your freaking job.
That's your freaking job.
That's why we
Yes.
pay you. It's your job. Your job is to do the things that you did. So, I mean, it's nice. We appreciate it, but
Yeah.
it's your job.
It's your job. Like, enough.
Right.
It's just too much. And I don't
Right.
mind a little, but it's constant now.
Right.
And the fact that this kid's father is the one who turned him in, you know what I mean? Like, you put out a picture, good job.
Right.
But like, what if the father hadn't turned him in? This kid drove 4 hours
Right.
to his home
Agreed.
before anybody. I mean, so come on. Like, is this really worth this much self-congratulating? I
No.
just don't think it is.
A nice pat on the back is great, and pat your people on the back. We totally
Right.
appreciate it, but this is your job.
Yeah, but like, give it a rest now. You're doing
Right.
fine,
Agreed.
but enough. Like, that was just making me crazy. I thought the governor did a fine job in that press conference. He had a
governor has
very
been-
strong speech.
The governor's given a lot of strong speeches.
Yeah, I
The
thought he was
governor's
great.
been, I never really even heard from this guy ever before this. And now I'm like, he seems like a pretty neat
Well,
guy.
apparently Utahns are not particularly happy with him. As I
Really?
keep reading, I keep reading that a lot of people find him to be way too liberal, particularly on trans issues. So I don't
Interesting.
know. I don't know enough about him. Folks in Utah, you may have
pipe
different
in.
opinions,
Would
but
love to hear what you think. And it's so,
Yeah.
that word is really strange to me. Utahns.
is that right?
you-
I think I'm
I don't
saying
know.
that right.
No, I think you're saying it completely correct. Utah. So
Okay.
Utahns can pipe in. I'd love to hear
Utahns.
what you think about that. Yeah.
Okay, we need to share just a couple like Charlie related things because this got to me. Ben Carson was on with Joe Pags and
Love
they were
him.
live streaming. I know.
I
love
just-
both of them. And
I
he's
have
such a
such
dear
love,
man.
such love for Dr. Ben Carson. You have no idea. He's one of the good ones. I just love him.
And his reaction, he was on Joe Pags' show and heard about Charlie's death in real time and just reacted. You know what I mean? Like, there was no like trying to keep a stiff upper lip because he's a man. There was none of that. He just was human, and it was so, oh God, it was heartbreaking watch.
We're now getting it from Just the News. We're getting it from Newsmax that he's passed away. Ben, I don't get it. I use words for a living. I'm confused as to what to say about this. Okay, is there anything to say at this time?
I know, right? I just cannot.
I'm so sorry, brother. You want to stop?
No, it's, he was such an incredible force for good in helping people to be able to look at the big picture.
He
went on for a while, but
he's just a lovely, lovely man.
right?
He
Oh
is.
God, it just breaks my heart. Breaks
Mhm.
my heart. And then on, I guess it was Friday. Was it Friday night that Erika spoke? I think
It was
Friday night.
Friday. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She spoke for about 16, 17 minutes, I think. And she said, she had a little podium set up right next to Charlie's podcasting chair. And there's one particular moment that we're going to play from that, which I guess is getting a lot of attention because people on the left want to paint her as hateful simply because of her resolve. And so it was a very raw speech. Daisy and I talked about the fact that it's such a different generation than us, because, well, we'll show you the video that she posted on her Instagram as well. But there was a lot of, it seemed almost theatrical in some places, and it was odd, but also very sweet, like the way that she would talk directly to Charlie, and also really resolved. I mean, she is 100% going to be a force behind Turning Point continuing on.
Just to interject, when you say there was theatrical, I think the reason that we talked about that is and it's probably different than our generation, because I feel like our generation would have kept so much stuff private. Because I think Gen Xers and Boomers are very, got to keep this private, got to keep it private. This generation is like, no. And plus, I think with her, he was such a public figure. Somebody made the comment, and I thought this was very interesting. It's kind of like with Jackie O. She put a lot of, just to make that comparison. I don't know if that's an appropriate comparison or not, but I just saw it made. And she put everything out there because she wanted people to see what that shooter did. Right. And I think that Erika wanted people to see what this lunatic did and make that apparent. And I think if she didn't do that, people wouldn't have had as raw of an experience with her and with all of us as they have. And I think it was, as I went through the weekend and I processed it, I was like, I think it was probably appropriate, because it made everybody process it more the way that she did and the way that a lot of us did that wouldn't have done it otherwise. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, back, had something like this happened when we were her age to one of our partners, it would be unthinkable to show pictures or do any of those kinds of things. So it is a generational difference. You guys can be mad at me, but like my initial reaction was, I had a bunch of ick over seeing him in a casket. I thought that was really cringe, but everybody processes grief differently. I totally understand that. And I did like the fact that I saw someone make this point that that possibly her showing us his hands in his casket, and you'll see that in a minute, was so that we wouldn't have that horrible image in our brains anymore of him being shot.
I think that's
like
a
she
great
was
point.
Trying to give us some closure.
Right.
And that helped resolve some of my ick.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was there was duality in that. There's look what he did. And then there's closure. And this is love. There's love here. There's so much love here. Right.
Yes, exactly. Right. So anyway, here is the piece of her speech that apparently is bothering a lot of people on the left because they think she's mean. She's mean and hateful. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? You just killed her husband.
Yeah,
so
he was
I feel like she's allowed to be mad about that. Anyway, here is a little bit from her speech.
Only in America is it possible.
Sorry. This first is this White House tribute. This came from the White House Twitter account, and it's a fantastic tribute to Charlie.
To say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things, for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.
That was so lovely, wasn't it?
It really, really was. Really was.
Oh gosh, I love that so much. Loved the tributes. And yes, we will get to the Kennedy Center tribute as well, just a little bit later in the show. And right now, Daisy is going to tell you a little bit about dogs while I excuse myself for a moment.
We got a testimonial, you guys. I'm going to try to read it because it's very small here. Do you have the picture? I don't think she has the picture. Okay, I was really hoping she would have the picture. Okay, it's a picture of this tiny little dog hanging. Okay, it's a tiny little dog from Jess. She said, "Hello, I just have a quick thank you for everything that you do. You always make my day and frame of mind better. With the week it's been, I wanted to give a quick little shout out by sharing how thankful I am for you both and to be introduced to Coat Defense. I ordered the whole package for my puppers as well as some for my family. It happened to come the day after I broke out in poison ivy and has been my only lifesaver. I have bought every product there is to buy, and this works. When I was putting on my my BB's products tonight, it made me giggle. She is so finicky with her paws. We have to hang her to cut her nails, or have 4 grown people hold this 11-pound dog." It's just like the most hysterical picture, you guys. "I couldn't get the products on and have to do this every time now. I hope it brings in giggle on this emotional week. Thank you again for your grace and fight. You're amazing women doing tremendous things in the world. Keep speaking, Jess." So she's talking about like the Coat Defense, something better balm, and all the things that they have. But the picture that she shared with us, I don't know we'll have to show. I thought maybe you would have it today.
Oh, I thought you were just going to print it and hold it up.
No, I didn't print it. It's like it literally is this dog hanging, and they have to hang this tiny little like Chihuahua looking dog to cut her nails. I'll have to show it to you guys tomorrow. But it's really this stuff is fantastic. The balm, we use it on people, we use it on dogs, we use it on everything. Like it's something you need to have in your medicine cabinet or your pantry. Every house should have this stuff because it's all natural, non-toxic. It's fantastic. So you can visit coatdefense.com, get 15% off. Code chicks at checkout. That's coatdefense.com. Code chicks. Do it.
Everybody is telling me like all the different stuff to take. I've already taken the Azo. I know about cranberry juice. You guys, what I need is an antibiotic. Okay.
She does.
And the ones that I have here are not the right ones. I need this one particular one that I don't have.
She needs the heavy duty stuff. Mm-hmm.
I need the heavy duty stuff. All right. Now, I really do think this is the part of the Erika speech that we've been talking about. Here it is.
The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country. In this world, you have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us.
Yeah, this was the turning point, right?
Mm-hmm. And she is, I mean, she could not be more right. We've got some stats to share with you about just how much not only Turning Point has grown, but just even in terms of just a following on social. It's just been incredible. The tributes have been amazing. It's astonishing. And it you know, nothing made Charlie's death right at all. But if anything good could come from it, we're starting to see it.
Right.
And thank God for that. And so that's amazing. We've got some amazing testimonies to come about that as well. Here is what she posted. This is what we were talking about a little bit earlier, where I was just like, yikes. And then I had to remind myself, this is a different generation. People do things differently now than I would, and everyone grieves differently. And to many people, her posting these sort of final moments of Charlie were a gift. And here is what she had on her stories.
love you. I know. I love you. I love you. God bless you.
And this was all just without sound. Ugh. Horrible. There's Usha and JD.
Gosh, I cannot even imagine.
Yeah. But look at this. So this comes from one of Charlie's business partners who wrote, I wanted to share a praise report from TPUSA. The organization has received over 32,000 inquiries in the last 48 hours to start new campus chapters. To put that in perspective, TPUSA currently has 900 official college chapters and 1,200 high school chapters with a presence of 3,500 total. Charlie's vision to have a Club America chapter, our high school brand, in every high school in America, around 23,000, will come true much, much faster than he could have ever possibly imagined. It's truly incredible.
It really is incredible. Yeah. I mean,
Isn't that amazing?
My daughter and her friends they're all talking about Charlie. They're all talking about TPUSA. They're all talking about faith out loud. All of that stuff out loud. It's like not that they weren't before, but I think that they're like, you know what? Screw political correctness, screw being quiet about this kind of stuff. Like, I think kids that age, between the ages of like 15 and 21, they're starting to become more, we're going to say it out loud now.
Right.
Like, this is ridiculous. Why would we not?
Well, and church attendance this weekend apparently hit like just explosive highs. There was a lot of a lot of videos of people feeling compelled to go for the first time that have never been or who haven't been in a really, really long time. Lots of stories, unfortunately, about church experiences that were not great, where they had pastors that, you know, didn't say anything about Charlie, and then others who spoke beautifully about him. So there was a little bit of, you know,
both.
A little bit of both. But the fact that, you know, Charlie's whole mission was that, and so to see that happening is really, really neat. There was other stats. There's other stats to report about what's happened over the last several hours. The 4 funds set up to provide for Erika and the kids have raised over $7.6 million so far. These were set up by Tucker and his longtime business partner, Glenn Beck, Turning Point USA, and Liberty Memes. So collectively, they've raised over $7.5 million. And then on top of that, the following on all these different platforms, whether it's Charlie's Instagram, Erika's Instagram, Turning Point USA's Instagram, they have been increasing by millions. So even Charlie Kirk's own Instagram, he had 5 million followers. It now is just under 12. I mean, that's amazing, right?
Yeah,
like
it is.
It's just absolutely incredible, and good on Turning Point too. I mean, all of this is so positive. They talked about YouTube, like gaining 2 million, 1 million, 910,000, 450,000. It's just absolutely incredible. And now, if you are in Arizona, or even if you're not, and you feel compelled to want to participate in the public memorial service that's going to be happening for Charlie, it's going to be happening at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, the 21st. And I expect it to be
It'll be packed.
Capacity.
It'll be insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be. I actually suggested that my sister and my parents go.
Yeah.
Because I would love to go, but
I would too.
They're there. You know what I mean? They're right there.
Right.
So we'll see if they do. And then another really, really cool thing that's happening at noon today is that jdvance is going to host Charlie Kirk's show, which I cannot wait to listen to that.
Oh
That's
my
at 12
gosh.
o'clock. That's at noon Eastern. It'll be on Rumble or wherever else you typically have watched a Charlie Kirk podcast. But JD Vance is going to be filling in.
That will be awesome. That'll be really,
Isn't
really,
that the coolest
it'd be
thing?
very, very cool.
Oh my gosh. There were pop-up vigils and services for Charlie literally all over the country. I could take an hour showing you clips from all the different places, but I'll just show you a couple. Crowds were enormous in his hometown in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Crowds were enormous in places like Calgary in Canada. They sang our national anthem. Huntington Beach, California.
Which is amazing. In California.
Incredible.
Right. It is
Incredible.
remarkable.
And then this is a video of the line of people waiting to participate in the Kennedy Center memorial service that was held last night. It wrapped around the building, you guys.
It's just
Look
amazing.
at that.
That should give everybody hope.
Right?
I mean, these are the good, right? These are the good people. This is the good in humanity right here.
Incredible. Incredible. I don't have a clip from Caroline Levitt. She was amazing. Everybody was amazing. Like the speakers were truly fantastic. I do have Tulsi, a little bit of Tulsi's speech to share, as well as a little bit of RFK. They seemed to be the most they're the speeches that the crowd reacted the most to, it seemed, although all the speeches were really good. Here's a little bit of what Tulsi said.
Those who are full of anger and hopelessness and hate right now, some of them protesting outside this hall today.
Why would they do that?
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, they do not have the spiritual happiness that Charlie experienced. They're empty. And this is where their anger is coming from. It is their rejection of God, their desire to be God, and therefore they have made God their enemy. I have hope today that every one of us will do our best to shine the light of God's love in our lives and in our work, that we will treat each other with aloha, respect, and stand strong and unshakable in the defense of our God-given rights and freedoms. May God bless you all, and may God bless this great nation.
They're protesting a murder? I don't get it. Can you
They're
explain?
protesting a freaking vigil. Like what?
Like what? If you're doing that, like you are at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to scum. Like seriously,
God.
reassess your entire life. If you're doing that.
Yeah.
I cannot, you are the worst of the worst. What
I mean,
the
it's
hell?
It's disgusting. And we've got some examples. I felt like I needed the weekend to sort of get ready to just go after some of the most hateful people. And now I'm ready. Like today we'll have some of those because they're demons, you guys. They're not even just like terrible people. They are demonic. And we'll have examples of that. Here is a little bit of RFK. I had to actually, you'll notice that there's some cuts in it because people applauded in the midst of his speech, and I cut that out just to save a little bit of time. But here is a little bit of what RFK said.
And I had a conversation once with Charlie where we were talking about the danger that we both faced from challenging entrenched interests. And he asked me if I was scared to die. And I said to him, there's a lot worse things than dying. And one of those, the chief among those, is losing our constitutional rights and having our children raised in slavery. I said to him at that time, I said, sometimes our only consolation is that we can die with our boots on. We can die fighting for these things.
I love that.
Can you hear that?
So that the rest of us would not have to suffer those fates worse than death. Now it's our job, he's no longer there to lead us, to rush in and fill the breach and win this battle for our country, for God, and for our families. Thank you all.
That's right.
Sorry, I think I froze.
No, it was fine. We got it. Yeah, he's right.
Good.
He's absolutely right. I love that.
That was good stuff. I'm going to take another break, if you don't mind, while you talk about Webroot, and then I'll be back and we will talk about some of the, some more of the tributes and then some more of the evil, because it needs to be talked about, you guys.
Yes. Last week, we talked about the TransUnion data breach. It exposed personal information of over 4 million people. And I feel like there was more. It was a third-party security incident, and that happens all the time. It happens a lot. So the Webroot can help you overcome this kind of stuff or prevent it. They have plans for individuals. They have 1 identity up to 5 devices, and then families up to 10 identities and 10 devices. This is great for families. It's great for individuals. It's great for elderly parents, which are, as we all know, they are perfect prey for online predators. They provide antivirus and web protection, identity protection, VPN and backup. And they have Webroot Essentials, which is called like core protection. So you can get 50% off, which is a lot, you guys. 50% is a really, really good savings. Go to webroot.com/chicks. This is what the professionals use. This is the good stuff.
It is.
It's webroot.com/chicks, and make sure that you are protecting yourself online. Do it.
There were so many NFL teams and college teams that did amazing tributes for Charlie. There were a few NFL teams that did not. And I got to say, I saw this in the Daily Mail that the Detroit Lions, the Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens did not pay tribute to Charlie Kirk before their games on Sunday. I'm not going to be mad about this.
No.
I mean, the NFL said, listen, each team, it's on you. You can do whatever you want to do. There were some teams that chose to do it, some teams that didn't. It's their whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate so much the teams that did.
Right.
But
the ones that didn't, though, kind of tracks.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of tracks.
Tracks.
I just don't care enough about the NFL. Like, whatever. I guess that's fine.
And
you expect it from some teams, and then you expect it from other.
Right.
There were a bunch of musicians like Luke Bryan, for example, at his show, did a lovely tribute. There was a lot of people that did amazing tributes. There's a NASCAR driver by the name of Chris Bell who dedicated his win to Charlie, and it was very, very sweet. Here's a little video of that.
Importantly, this week's obviously been a very tough week, and there's a lot on our mind, and just this one's for Charlie.
I want to ask you about the tough week for the race team too, because you had some very pointed words after the race at St. Louis. How did this team rally to be able to pull this off?
That was very, very sweet.
Yeah, and there were some
hear the crowd,
and there were some NFL players that were, like offering to pay for stuff for his kids too.
There was rumors about that, many of which got debunked. And even my poor mom, like, she sent me this thing going, I can't stand Paul McCartney, but look what he did at Madison Square Garden last night. And it was this copy and paste story about Paul McCartney doing this tribute to 9/11 and to Charlie Kirk that was literally written about 15 different musicians. And I was like, Mom, he didn't perform at Madison Square Garden. Like, that's just a lie. It's people developing these stories and just trying to get clicks and money out of it. It's disgusting, but you have to like super double check every story. Cause I saw a couple stories about NFL players. Oh, they're paying for the kids' college. And it's,
I saw a baseball player with like his name on the side of his cap.
I did see that. That's real.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
real.
I figured somebody's not going to just like do that. He had his name and then a cross and everything. And I thought, okay, well, I feel like that's awesome. I love that people are doing that and they're not afraid to do it.
Right.
So we're starting to see who's who in some of these realms. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah.
I love seeing that.
For sure. And Charlie's influence obviously isn't just nationwide, it is international. This is a little video from South Korea. I mean, he is a global phenomenon and will continue to be. And that is a legacy.
I think it goes beyond just him. I think it's what he stood for. It's, I mean, not to discount him, because obviously it's about him, but I think it's also everything that he talked about, everything he stood for, being able to it's his freedom. He's all about freedom, you guys. People love that. Well, people on our side love that. People love that he talked about faith and freedom and the Constitution, and that resonates with so many of us. who are conservative. There are a lot of people around the world who understand that is such an important thing, you know, and there are those that don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's right now, it's a battle between good and evil, in my opinion. And I think people are starting to see that it's good and evil. I think a lot of this is spiritual warfare. People are seeing that, and that resonates around the world.
Yeah, for sure. And then there was, you know, all of us, and I've seen it in the comments here, you know, people continue to grieve. People can't stop crying. People are raging. I feel all those things right along with you. And Chad Prather, I don't know if you saw his write-up about what we're feeling and why. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And Steve Deese read it out loud. And I thought, instead of us reading, we'll just hear it, because it was so, it's just, the words are perfection. Here is Steve Deese reading Chad Prather.
And Chad writes, the reason you feel Charlie's death so deeply is because grief doesn't measure itself by proximity. It measures itself by meaning. You didn't have to know him personally to feel the sting of his absence, because when a voice like his goes silent, something in the atmosphere shifts. The reason it feels heavier than so many other tragedies is because your spirit recognizes that this is not just about a man, it's about a battle.
Right.
Scripture says eternity is written on our hearts, and when someone who carried truth with boldness is suddenly gone, eternity aches within us. It's like our souls know instinctively that the darkness celebrated, and that strikes us at the core. The reason you can't shake it is because psychologically we don't only attach ourselves to people, we attach ourselves to symbols. Charlie became a symbol of conviction in a time of compromise, courage in a time of fear, and when a symbol is struck down, it rattles something primal and eternal inside of us. That's why even those who never met him feel it. There is a strange thread pulling at us, and it's not imagined, it is real. We are bound together by shared purpose, by shared longing for truth, by the Spirit of God himself, weaving us into a fabric that cannot be torn apart. This loss pulled at that fabric, and every one of us is feeling that tug. So if you've wondered why this hits so hard, it's because your soul knows. This is bigger than news. This is bigger than politics. This is about eternity, about truth, and about the weight of a man whose life carried both.
Right.
Perfection.
Yeah, it's absolute perfection. And that's why last week I said, and I absolutely believe this with every ounce of my being, that he was chosen. He was chosen. And look at what's happening now. Look at the effect of it. Look at the ripple effect. Look at what's going on in the world and how people are waking up. We're awake. I mean, a lot of us were, but it's like we're way more awake now. And we're like, oh, hell no, you don't get to do this. You don't get to.
That's why that video that we showed last week of that idiot who was like, he wasn't important enough to have an impact.
Right.
I knew that those words would come back to haunt her because, man, is he ever having a lasting impact.
Well, they may actually believe that. And let them believe it. That's fine. I think a lot of people on that side just have no idea what we're capable of. And it's not the things that they do. You know, we are not the same. And and again, it's like, that is another theme. We're not the same as these people. I know that, like, we also talked a lot last week about how there's this desire to get along and like kumbaya. I think a lot of us are just freaking over it. I got text messages from friends who are also Christian who texted me this weekend, texted me about Erika's speech and texted me about all of this. And they're just like, you know what? I'm freaking over it. I'm freaking sick and tired of giving grace all the time to people who hate me and they want me gone. I'm tired of it. And I get it. I totally get that. I think a lot of us are just done. That's where we are.
And I definitely felt the rage bubble up more this weekend. I mean, last week I was trying so hard to be as good as Charlie, and I just am not. I mean, like, I am not as good as him. And I have a lot of hate in my heart, especially when you hear stories like this one.
And we want to warn you, the next video is disturbing. A man trampled the memorial for Charlie Kirk at the Turning Point headquarters in Phoenix. This happened not too long ago. Our photog on the scene says the man kicked over flowers, vases, and balloons. He was taken to the ground by an onlooker and then arrested. And back.
And here is that moment where he gets taken down by a real American, right?
Right. We're all that guy in the blue with the white hat, right?
Exactly.
I mean, listen.
And then it turns out that he was wearing the same freaking shirt. You cannot tell me that's a coincidence.
Totally.
Same freaking shirt as the killer. What kind of animal does that?
Yeah, well, I think
don't
we
get it.
know. And people will say, love your enemy. Okay, all right. I'll pray for that kid, but I'm not going to put up with his shit. I mean, this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're at that point now. It's like we're at a point where I'm done. I'm done now.
Yeah. These are differences that cannot be reconciled because you're dealing with like the difference between, like you said, good and evil. There are people that are genuinely evil. In fact, we've got one to show you later in the show that is truly a demon. Like I have no doubt in my mind. But even this kid, this idiot kid who tramples on a memorial, what kind of psycho? You can't sit down at a table with that guy and have a conversation.
No.
You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible to deal with these idiots at Office Depot, for example, who decided that a photograph along with Charlie's birth year and death year was propaganda and they would not print it ahead of a memorial. Here is the exchange that was had in the Office Depot, and they look exactly like you would expect. These Office Depot workers, oh my God, they look exactly like you would expect. And I promise it's coming. This video was way longer than I thought.
Here it comes.
So we came in for an order earlier
Oh my God.
to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yeah, so
for
we
somebody
don't print
that passed.
propaganda.
It's not
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't print that here.
Alrighty. So what's your name?
Beryl.
I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So unfortunately, we do
So
not
they
print-
say they don't print
we don't
political
print-
propaganda.
No.
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago. from
political
Hochul.
propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed
what
other
makes it
things.
propaganda? Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. It's, yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to
it's
speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No,
the
we have-
subject,
we have
if you would
lots-
like
we
to,
have
you're welcome
others.
to return.
You guys.
And they're fired. So Office Depot got wind of this and said, we are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at our store in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate completely unacceptable, insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot. We apologize to the customer affected and to our community for this regrettable situation. Upon learning of it, we immediately reached out to the customer to address the concerns and sought to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate involved is no longer with the organization.
Yeah. These are the people we're going to be fighting in the Civil War. I think I'm good. I don't know about you guys. Are you worried? Honestly.
Feel like you could take them.
I feel like I'm a middle-aged woman with osteoporosis and bad vision. I can take all these people. You know what I mean? Okay.
Some of them too, some of the idiots that make the videos from their cars or wherever, they have such a huge lack of self-awareness that it's almost comical. So you're about to see a video of a girl who was one of the ones that put out a celebratory video about Charlie's death. And now she doesn't understand why people would be upset about that. And here she is to tell her story.
The fact that I am getting death threats on my birthday of all days because Charlie Kirk died is fucking ridiculous. Like, grow the fuck up. Seriously, if you can't handle a difference in politics and you need to resort to violence over it, then you have serious problems.
Can she not see? She can't see. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
What in the world?
They're
Like, how?
demons? Demons, Mop. Absolute demons. I can't. Okay. All
and
right.
there's people that are super mad about all of the hundreds of people at this point who have lost their jobs for celebrating Charlie's death and encouraging more of it. And I love that somebody, because there was a headline that said thousands of workers are opting to get fired rather than take the vaccine. This was back in 2021. So I feel like that's how we should look at it. They're not getting fired for celebrating his murder. They're just opting to get fired.
That's
'Cause
right. They
That's
are.
that's
They're
what everybody
right.
who refused the vax was told. Listen, this is on you.
They're opting to be complete lunatics, is what
Yep.
they're doing. Yeah.
Howard Kurtz, complete scumbag. So glad that he had his last show of media buzz this weekend. Here he is with a guest, basically just ripping on Charlie because that timing makes sense. Here he is to talk about Charlie.
There is violent extremism on both sides. It is not proportionate. And in order to have an honest conversation about what led to this moment, that has to focus in part on the left.
I'm glad you mentioned that it's not unique to one side or one party. Charlie Kirk was not a saint. He said 2 years ago, it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so we can have the Second Amendment. But his murder makes us feel like a very dangerous time.
Greg Gutfeld said, maybe we can tune in next week for a clarification. Oh, wait.
I swear. This guy.
It's just unbelievable.
It really is. And that was Fox.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, he's always been very, very liberal for Fox.
Yeah, but people are always like, Fox is all right wing. No, it's not. It's not. And listen, I got to tell you, I actually watched other networks this weekend to see what they were doing because I'm like, there was a lot of coverage about Charlie Kirk, obviously, as there should be this weekend, because this is a total turning point in our country. It's kind of a big deal. It's a big deal, I would think. I don't know. Most of the people here think it's a big deal. If you watch MSNBC, they're like, hey, what's the new cast at SNL? What's going on at Saturday Night Live? No one gives a shit. I'm looking at my husband going, this is what they're reporting on is the cast of SNL. Like it is
Dancing with
so,
the Stars.
Right.
It's a big deal.
So prime at MSNBC. Like they're just ignoring it. It's the nonchalance. They don't care. They're delighted about it, you guys. Dare I say they're delighted about it. They don't care about this.
And they truly, I mean, just like we've displayed, I mean, they truly have no self-awareness. They have no sense of decency, of timing, of any of those things. The disgusting guy that we've played before because he's super anti-Israel, I'd never heard of him until he started being a complete asshat on stage. But this Bob Vylan guy, I don't even know what kind of music he does, if you can call it that.
Is that his real name? That's not his real name.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But here is what he said on stage at a performance this past weekend. It is disgusting. You're about to see the video.
Oh, okay, he's a
Bob
rapper.
Vylan.
I want to dedicate this next one to an absolute piece of shit of a human being. The pronouns were.
Oh my God. I can't.
Because if you chat shit, you will get banned. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, you piece of shit.
So he said those things, and then, because there was backlash, released a video denying he ever said anything to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. I don't know about you, but that seemed pretty celebratory.
Yeah, maybe just a little. We have eyeballs, you idiot.
And ears. Like we can see and hear you.
Good
And there are
Lord.
cell phones that captured you.
Okay.
And yet, listen to him deny it, essentially. It's unbelievable.
Yo, real quick. At no point during yesterday's show was Charlie Kirk's death celebrated.
Oh my God.
At no point whatsoever did we celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. I did call him a piece of shit. That much is true. But at no point was his death celebrated. If it was, go find me a quote.
Rest in
Go
piss.
find me something that proves that we were celebrating his death.
We can
You're not
find
gonna
you a quote.
it because
We
it didn't
found it.
happen.
It happened.
What did happen is one reporter
such a
that
piece
bought
of
their
shit.
ticket online came with the sole purpose of finding something to report.
Wasn't
And
hard.
after I called him a piece of shit and we played a song, they have written that up as a celebration.
It
Not a
was.
celebration. Isn't a celebration. Wasn't a celebration. Calm down.
They just lie. They just lie.
I want to use all the words. Can I use the R word? Because is he mildly like he's mildly the R word, right?
He might be a little bit retarded.
He is retarded. Is he? He is. Because I mean, how could he said the things and now he's saying I didn't say that. You said the things. You celebrated. That was obviously celebratory. You said rest in piss. There's your quote, asshole.
And that's just one of the quotes. The was were thing. I mean, all of it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Learning impaired. People are gonna get mad at me for using that word because I got yelled at on Instagram for using it this weekend.
Well, I haven't seen our episode with Glenn Beck, so they need to watch that.
Or read our book, page 83. You can look page 83.
Is it really?
It's page 83.
Is it really page 83?
Yeah, I had to look it up this weekend again because people were yelling at us. I had to because people you can't use that word. I'm like, actually, we can. We can use it, and we do use it, and we just used it. So hi.
Well, reserve your rage because you're going to have a lot more of it. You're about to see a woman who's got some crazy eyes, which
they
is
always
pretty common,
do, right?
Right? They
always
do have the crazy eyes.
Like someone else is driving the car, you guys. You know what I'm
like
saying?
one of them is just not quite lined up correctly. And she is waiting. Like this was not good enough for her. She's waiting for the day when it happens to our president.
Okay.
Here she is.
Here we go.
We're this upset about our reaction to Charlie Kirk. Wait until they see what happens, how we act when it happens.
Oh my God. The eyes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the eyes. The eyes.
What is up with all of these chicks' eyes? What is it? It is. It's
know.
the devil, isn't it? It's Satan.
Well, Satan is definitely present in this next. I've never seen anybody more terrifying and horror movie-esque than this woman. I don't know how to prepare you for this, you guys, but just know that she is a demon through and through. You cannot convince me otherwise. Behold.
We're going to push it. We're going to see how far we can push it. I was not kidding when I said, if you were gonna get the job done, there were two better candidates. And furthermore, when that happens, and it will, it will, not only will we be insensitive, that'll be the least of your worries.
Yeah, okay.
But it's gonna be the biggest fucking celebration, the biggest, most beautiful celebration on planet Earth. On planet Earth right now. The entire planet is gonna celebrate when he takes a turn. Finally.
I had to laugh, man. Yeah.
I mean, she is terrifying. Here is her TikTok profile. This could be Instagram too, but like look her up and just, I would recommend reporting her videos because this is insanity. This is crazy.
I will say though, everybody on that side is a gangster until things actually get gangster. And then we're going to see because they're all going to be like, hold on, I got to take my anxiety medication. I got to go feed my cats. I'm bipolar. I'm this, I'm that. I'm feeling a little unsafe in my safe space. Seriously, that's who these people are. You want to get gangster? We'll see how that works out. Be careful what you wish for, weirdos.
And these are the same people who claim that words are violence.
Right. I mean, I just, listen, I know some people may think that's scary. I just feel rage when I see that stuff. Maybe it's because I have a lot of unresolved issues from my parents' divorce. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I think they underestimate people on the right. They totally underestimate it because we're like the quiet dude that's been poked and bullied too many times in the classroom. And we're secretly working out and they don't know it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. They underestimate people on the right.
The next video you're about to see is not new. It was actually recorded just right after Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. But the reason that we're playing it is because this mom, who apparently is Taylor, like a huge Swiftie, she is telling her children the news. And so she says, guess what? And because she's clearly psychotic, look at how her children guess what? This is disgusting on every possible level.
Back. I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Oh my God.
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged!
Can you believe that those kids have been
that brainwashed,
indoctrinated to say those things, to be excited about the possibility of people dying?
Of 3 people dying. Right. And
Oh
then
my
on top of that, the mother took the time to film that. And then
And
she
post
decided,
it.
right. And then she decided, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know what a complete lunatic I am and what a horrible mother I am. Congratulations, lady. Wow.
I know, right? It's just, I can't.
And she's
I can't
probably
even
like,
believe it.
I don't let them have any like BPAs and I don't feed them gluten, but they have a lot of hate in their heart. Woo!
But they wish for death for people.
Right.
So
I'm a great mom. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's vile. Absolutely vile. Which is why we need to have a brain cleanse right now. And so, I'm not going to just leave you with that kind of crazy.
No.
You need to hear from this precious person. His account is Faith Talks with DJ. I don't know. He must be 14, I think 14, 15. And he's been Instagramming, his faith talks for quite some time, was about to be all excited that he had hit, I think, 14,000 followers. And then he decided that didn't matter because he needed to talk about Charlie Kirk. I looked at his Instagram yesterday. I think it was like well over 150,000 followers and counting. He's precious. We all need people like this.
Wait, don't scroll. I wanted to come on here and talk about the death of someone I looked up to, Charlie Kirk. And I wanted to say that it is disrespectful how people are making Fortnite memes and talking bad about him like he was a horrible person. All he did was have boldness in his faith with Jesus Christ. Like, you guys are so mean to people just because they have beliefs. We, as Christians, we respect you for your beliefs, but we tell you what's wrong and what's right, righteously. But you do not need to be making fun of him because a tragedy has happened. That's all I want to come on here to say is it's blatantly rude and disrespectful to be talking about someone's death like he's just a piece of trash. He has a family, he has kids, he has a wife. You guys want someone to respect you if you got shot, right? If you passed away, you would not want anyone to be talking bad about you. And I saw a video, I saw someone making fun of his wife too. Like, that's just horrible and rude. And today is a very special day to me because I hit 14,000 followers, but I don't even want to celebrate that because I just feel guilty that someone I looked up to passed away. And I'm still able to be on this earth. That's how grateful you have to be. So just stop making fun of him and just go. Like, just stop making fun of him. It's not even funny at all.
Bless
What a
it.
sweet boy.
Oh my
Sweet boy.
gosh.
I
It's
love
Faith Talks with DJ.
I love
Is who that
seeing young
is.
kids like that. I love that there are a lot of accounts like that. Like, make that the algorithm.
And people who would have never dreamed of posting a video in their lives are coming out because they feel compelled to, because of what happened to Charlie. And here is a guy named John Benson, just plain old John Benson, who decided to make a video. I think he's got like a zillion followers now. He had nobody. And I love people like this speaking out.
My name is John. I have practically no online presence.
And the reason for that is because I am scared to post things that I believe or really care about, because I worry about what people will think of me. I am worried about missing out on opportunities because of an online footprint. Yesterday, a man died, presumably because he believed the same things that I believe in. I am a conservative, and more importantly, I'm a Christian. I believe wholeheartedly that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, that he died from our sins and rose again, and that he is God. I know that in the grand scheme of things, I don't really matter. No one knows or even cares who I am. But if there's even one person who sees this and gains the courage to speak up themselves, that's why I'm making this. Just so that everybody knows that we're not alone.
More.
Good for him.
More of this. More
Right?
of this. I hope it spreads like wildfire. More.
It is. I mean,
And
I'm seeing
that-
so much of it. It just warms my heart so much.
Love
Ugh,
it.
It's fantastic. And there's another one more before we talk just briefly about AI, and then we'll thank people. We're not going to do TikToks today, you guys, because I can't sit here for much longer. I'm dying.
She's got to pee, you guys. She's got to pee.
But anyway, I saw this on Twitter this morning, and I just love everything about this man. I don't know who his wife is. I love her too. You guys are just you're gonna love this. And go.
You know, I don't come from any kind of money, and I've never owned a suit before. My wife, she bought me this suit. Our anniversary's coming up, and we have a nice anniversary plan. You know, we make a little bit of money now, and I'm proud to say that, because that's certainly not where either one of us comes from. And I feel good in this suit, man. And I just want my wife to know she made me feel good. It's a $300 suit.
God bless her.
I ain't never had nothing like this before in my life. And I tell you what, okay, video flip here, so I'm gonna lose some of you. I didn't know Charlie Kirk, never met that guy before in my life. And something else that I've never done before in my life is believe in God. I'm gonna wear this suit to church. I'm gonna go to church. I'm going to try to be a better father, husband, and leader for my family. They deserve that. My phone fell down. I guess that's the devil trying to fuck me up mess me up right now. I'm gonna try, y'all. Look at this suit. I look good, bro. My wife made me feel this way. Charlie's made me feel this way. Yeah, message over.
That's what it's all-
Oh my God.
that is what it's all about right there. That's what it's about.
Oh my God. That just breaks my heart wide open. It's so precious.
It's so awesome.
Isn't it?
It's just, he was chosen. He was
I know.
chosen.
So one last thing before we get to thank yous, and that is that you're about to see a video that was completely created by AI, and someone decided, and I get it, someone decided to say, hey, Grok or ChatGPT or whatever, what would Charlie say now, like posthumously? What would his message be to everybody? And Grok or whatever spits out a message in Charlie Kirk's voice, and it is probably what he would say. But man, is it ever unnerving. Like, it just, the fact that people can do this and create this completely freaks me out, even though the message is so positive. I don't know how I feel about these AI things, you guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys listen and decide for yourself what you think of it. Here is the video.
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ. Death is not the end. It's a promotion. Don't waste 1 second mourning me. I knew the risks of standing up in this cultural moment, and I'd do it all over again. Second, do not let this violence divide us further. The enemy wants chaos, fear, and retaliation. Don't give it to them. Instead, double down on truth. Double down on courage. Double down on your faith and on your families. That is how you honor me. Third, remember this. America is worth it. Free speech is worth it. Fighting for the unborn, for families, for sanity in a culture gone mad, it is all worth it. So dry your tears, pick up your cross, and get back in the fight. Do it with joy. Do it with strength. And never ever let evil think it won.
I love everything that was said.
I
love
know,
everything
right?
that was said. So it is creepy though, but I do think that that's what he would say.
Right. I mean, that's why I have such like ambivalence about it. Like I am so
too.
creeped out. I love the message,
But I hate AI.
but
Right.
I hate that. Like
Me
it's
too.
just
I'm right there with you.
yikes. Big fat yikes.
Right.
All right, let me make sure that I get everybody that sent. Okay, yes. All right, so we're going to start out with some weekend thank yous, some from even Friday. I don't know if I can read this, but Shelley
my
Bolton
God.
said, those calling him fascist on Monday? I don't know.
Yeah. And
say I denounced the violence. I got to say, F your denunciation. His blood's on your hands. I'm forgiving. I'm commanded to, and I'll pray for your souls because that's how God wants me to behave. But spare your peaceful rhetoric. You were calling for his death. Love you, girls. I hope I did that.
You
okay,
did.
Shelley.
You got through that one. Yeah, that was right.
Okay. And then she also had a follow-up and said, Friday, please note my message from this AM was written in anger, but the idea persists. Those that were calling Charlie a Nazi and now calling for nonviolence can take all the seats. That made more sense. Let's see. Nancy Stone said from Friday's show, I too am nervous about what I wear. I'm afraid to wear I am Yisrael Chai t-shirt outside of my home. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sad times. Appreciate you both. Listening daily helps me get through the days. R.I.P. Charlie. Our voice will live on. Your voice will live on forever. Diana Logsden said, I love you both, but Daisy is my spirit animal.
All the rage. Yeah.
And Shannon, very, very generous, said, stay strong, keep fighting, be safe. And then today, let's see, Shannon Richardson. Oh, no, that's the one I just read, right? Yeah, stay strong, keep fighting, be safe. Shelley Bolton said, praying for you, Miriam. Both of you really take care of yourself. Love you, chicks. Thank you. Connie LaFrance said, praying for you, Mock. I get those infections a couple times a year and keep meds from All Family Pharmacy on hand for them. Love you both. I didn't have that drug. I have like all the other drugs, but not that one. So I need to get my hands on that today. Lori Mazamuro said, D-Manos is a natural cure for UTI and you can get it on Amazon. I also take cranberry pills daily to fend them off. Highly recommend. Love you ladies and thanks again for all you do. Thank you so much. Shane Medlin, Charlie Kirk was the epitome of what a good Christian man should be. He brought so many young people to Christ. If your church didn't celebrate his life or didn't mention him at all in your service Sunday, find a new church. I tend to agree with that.
I totally agree with that. Absolutely. Without question. Yeah.
Colleen W. said, I heard someone this weekend explain the difference between anger and hatred. Anger is justified, a motivator to fight for change. Hatred means you want someone destroyed completely. I pray that you are all angry with me, but push hatred from your hearts. The evil of hatred belongs to the left. Look, I don't want anybody dead, okay? I would never, ever wish for anybody's demise.
That's
but
why
I am certainly not going to shed a tear over these idiots losing their jobs. I'm just not.
No, my God, we are not the same.
Right.
No. And if some guy is trampling through a memorial thing and he gets hit to the ground, he deserves it. He had it coming.
Exactly.
He had it coming.
That's right. Roth Lady Wright said, I'm MAGA, my kid isn't, so BS. Thank God my family would never want anyone unalived. Sadly, I had to block a few Facebook friends I used to align with this weekend that didn't agree Charlie Kirk deserved all the attention he was getting and that he wasn't above board. They were mad that the flags were at half-mast. So many people only know what was said about Charlie. Anyone that actually watched and listened to him on a daily basis knew who he was. The rest can GFY. I could not agree more. Now,
yeah, it's the same people who think that Trump is racist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the same people who think that all the stuff that was the Charlottesville rumors were true, and they didn't read the full context. These are low IQ people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Is it my turn?
Now you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. BTK. Remember, there's a trans hit group in the West. I did not know that.
Yeah, and I saw one that took down their whole Instagram feed that was literally like a leftist tranny activation.
That's convenient.
Group.
Yeah, that's really convenient. I thought it was also really interesting that podcast that shall not be named. She was 2 weeks ago. She was talking about how he was a titty baby and had no courage. What do you have to say about that now, Possum Face?
It's the same. She would absolutely say it again.
She would say the same. Yeah, she absolutely, because these people are gross. Tomfoolery. It was Erika's speech that answered my own question. How can I continue the fight? I'm now a contributor to TPUSA. Join the fight. Yes. I just love that they're getting more and more chapters all over high schools. And that's what we need. We got to get them young, you guys. I just love that so much.
I know.
Robin, it's the greatest. Robin Dye. Well, my priest only mentioned violence in the world, not Charlie Kirk. Was it here? Someone said, if your pastor doesn't mention CK, find a new church. I mean, we just reiterated that. Yeah, maybe. Michelle Macklin, I'm tired of the conspiracy theories that it was one of the 3-letter agencies of the government, the Jews, the Freemasons. I've even seen people say he's still alive. Oh my God, stop.
Oh my God. And I wanted to get to that today. We'll do a little bit of that tomorrow. But the show's already exactly as long as it was supposed to be. I wanted it to be 45 minutes. I'm dying.
I was trying to read these fast. From Big House to Best Life with Michelle, a quote from my former pastor in Texas: to celebrate or rationalize the death of a man made in the image of God is the job description of a demon. In times like these, I miss living in the Bible Belt. Yeah. Lady Shenandoah, someone did a breakdown of his name. Charlie means freedom or warrior, and Kirk means church. So fitting for him. Shelley Ethington, I am thankful that my church reminded us that in this life we will have trials and tribulations, but that Jesus is always the answer, that he is the rock on which we stand. It is time to fill our lamps and trim our wicks. Yes, Shelley. Arnurm, I'm trying to find the Charlie Kirk quote to the effect of, if you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. R.I.P.
Amen.
Heather Faust, thank you for that super sticker. Laura, thank you for that super sticker. Elizabeth Boyer, saying R is fine, Daisy. I just use learning impaired this time. R, learning impaired or learning disability works. Well, that guy was that. BTK, I am Charlie Kirk. We are all Charlie Kirk.
That's right.
BTK.
That's right.
You guys, we're bringing it in. Poor Mock's got to pee. She's got to pee. You guys.
I'm sorry for all the TMI, you guys. How can I not tell you what's going on though?
I know,
right? I can't not.
We're all friends here. Okay. This is our safe space, you guys.
That's
Everybody
right.
have the best Monday, except Mock's got to go get some drugs. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.